Miranda Lambert is one of the biggest stars in country music. Her songs touch hearts and tell stories that feel real to so many people. But behind the fame and success, her life hasn't always been easy. From heartbreaks to tough personal struggles, Miranda has faced challenges that would break most people. Yet she's used her pain to create music that speaks to millions. Fans may see her as strong and fearless, but the truth is, her journey has been filled with ups and downs. Join us as we take a closer look at the heartbreaking struggles Miranda Lambert has faced and how they've shaped her music and made her the artist she is today. Early life and roots in Texas. Miranda Lee Lambert was born on November 10, 1983, in Longview, Texas. Raised in Lindale, Texas, she grew up surrounded by strong family values and a unique mix of experiences that shaped her life and music. Miranda was named after her great-grandmother, Lucy Miranda, a personal touch that connected her to her family's history. She also has a younger brother, making her the eldest child in the Lambert family. Her parents, Rick and Bev, had an interesting story of their own. They first met while Bev was at a camp at Southern Methodist University, where Rick worked as an undercover narcotics officer. Years later, they fell in love and started a family. Rick, who once served as a Dallas police officer, also had a passion for music. In the 1970s, he played in a country rock band called Contraband, giving Miranda an early connection to the world of music. But life wasn't always smooth for the Lambert family. After an oil crisis hit Texas, their family faced financial hardships and lost everything. Despite this, Rick and Bev turned their challenges into opportunities. They started a faith-based ministry and opened their home to victims of domestic violence, offering them shelter and support. These experiences deeply influenced Miranda. She once shared that her powerful song, Gunpowder and Lead, reflects the strength and resilience she witnessed growing up. Even as a teenager, Miranda's love for music was clear. While still in high school, she debuted professionally with the Texas Pride Band. She later became the lead singer for the house band at the Rio Palm Isle in Longview, a venue with a rich history that had once hosted legends like Elvis Presley and Willie Nelson, rising star in country music. Miranda Lambert's career officially began in 2001 when she independently released her first album. However, her big break came in 2003 when she competed on Nashville Star, a televised singing competition. She didn't win but secured third place, catching the attention of the music industry. This platform set the stage for her rise to fame. Her second album, Kerosene, 2005, marked her major label debut and brought her into the spotlight. The album achieved platinum status with hit singles like Me and Charlie Talking and Kerosene. Each song showcased her unique storytelling ability and fiery personality, making her a force in country music. She continued to build her reputation with her next album, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, 2007. It included hits like Famous in a Small Town and Gunpowder and Lead, the latter becoming her first top 10 hit in 2008. By 2009, she released Revolution, a game-changing album that featured chart toppers like The House That Built Me. This song, deeply personal and emotional, became one of her most iconic tracks and solidified her place in the hearts of country music fans. Her talent didn't go unnoticed. Over the years, Miranda won numerous awards, including multiple Grammys and the most Academy of Country Music Awards in history. In 2019, the Chicago Tribune named her the greatest country music artist of all time. But did you know that Miranda's journey didn't stop with her solo success, experimentation, and reinvention? In 2011, she teamed up with Ashley Monroe and Angelina Presley to form the Pistol Annies, a group that brought a fresh perspective to country music. The trio explored themes of heartbreak, strength, and Southern life, resonating with a wide audience. Miranda's fifth album, Platinum, 2014, took her career to new heights, winning a Grammy for Best Country Album. Songs like Automatic reflected her ability to blend nostalgia with modern sounds. Her sixth album, The Weight of These Wings, 2016, was another standout, exploring themes of heartbreak and personal growth after her divorce from Blake Shelton. In 2019, Miranda released Wildcard, which featured hits like Bluebird. This song became a significant milestone, topping the Billboard Country Airplay chart and marking her first solo #1 hit since 2012. But Miranda didn't stop there. She ventured into new territory with the Marfa Tapes, 2021, an acoustic collaboration with John Randall and Jack Ingram. This stripped-back album showcased her raw talent and storytelling, earning critical acclaim. Her eighth album, Palomino, 2022, continued to highlight her evolution as an artist. That same year, Time magazine recognized her influence by naming her one of the 100 most influential people. Miranda's ability to adapt and push boundaries has kept her at the forefront of country music. While her career has been filled with awards and success, Miranda Lambert's personal life has not been without heartbreak and struggles. Behind the fame and hit songs, Miranda has faced many challenges that shaped her into the strong woman she is today. Speaking of them, did you know that? She lost her childhood home. Miranda Lambert has always been close to her parents, Richard and Beverly. She once shared, "I had a great childhood. My family is awesome." But life wasn't always easy for the Lamberts. When Miranda was just 6 years old, her family lost everything. Her parents' business, which focused on helping women and children facing domestic violence, took a hit, and they found themselves without a home. She remembered the painful day when the bank came to collect the keys to their house. "Our whole world turned upside down," she said. The family had to move in with her uncle and stayed there for 2 years. Eventually, they found a new place in Lindale, Texas, a house that needed a lot of work. Miranda recalled how tough it was, saying, "Some of the windows were boarded up, and we never did get central heating. So when you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you had to run because it was freezing." Despite these hardships, Miranda's parents worked hard to rebuild their lives. Her mother, Beverly, would drive by a certain house every day, praying they could live there. One day, a preacher who had noticed her dedication offered to rent it to them for less than they were paying at the time. But the hardships weren't over for her. She grew up around domestic violence. You see, Miranda's childhood was anything but ordinary. Her parents were private investigators, and their work often exposed her to the harsh realities of life. They focused on cases involving women and children escaping abusive situations. As a result, Miranda saw firsthand the struggles that many women faced. "I saw my friends' moms coming in at 2 a.m. with black eyes," she once said. Some of these women even shared a room with her when they needed a safe place to stay. These experiences left a lasting impact on her, shaping the way she looked at the world and inspiring the themes in her music. Songs like Gunpowder and Lead reflect the strength and resilience she learned from the women she met. Her father, Richard, once shared, "We didn't hide reality from our kids." This exposure to pain and survival at such a young age made Miranda tough but also deeply compassionate. It gave her a different perspective on life and relationships, which she poured into her songs. Miranda even helped with her parents' work in unexpected ways. Her mom recalled an incident when she dressed Miranda up in a cheerleading outfit to pose as a candy seller while secretly gathering evidence for a case. Early years of hard work and sacrifice. When times were tough, Miranda's parents did whatever it took to support their family. She once shared, "My parents worked their AEs off my whole life, but when you are self-employed like that, sometimes things just go down the tubes and the phone stops ringing." At one point, the family lived in a small, run-down house described as rat-infested. Beverly remembered praying, "God, give me the ground under my feet." Eventually, with hard work and determination, they got back on their feet, but it wasn't easy. Miranda learned the value of hard work early in life. "I learned how to do chores because you have to carry your weight," she said. Even when they were more stable, the family still relied on self-sufficiency. Her father would hunt to provide food for the family, and Miranda grew up learning how to hunt as well. She recalled, "My dad said, 'My family will never go hungry again,' and we didn't." These tough experiences gave Miranda a strong work ethic and a drive to succeed. She knew the importance of working hard to achieve her dreams, and it became a core part of who she is. She was a shy teenager. Despite the bold and fearless persona fans see today, Miranda wasn't always confident. As a child, she was extremely shy. Her mother once said, "Miranda wouldn't speak, not a word at school. If she had to order her own food, she'd just not eat." She struggled to find her voice and often avoided situations that required her to speak up. But everything changed when she joined the debate club in school. It wasn't easy at first. Miranda had a hard time adjusting and even called her mom in tears, saying she wanted to quit. But something happened once she started winning debates. She realized she could express herself and began building the confidence that would later help her shine on stage. Music played a big part in this transformation. Miranda once shared, "It's like my personality came alive. This was what I was supposed to do, but I didn't know it." Even now, she admits that performing still makes her nervous sometimes. "I'm still terrified of performing sometimes, but I think if you're not, that's when you've got to quit," she said. School wasn't easy for Miranda. Miranda Lambert is a natural when it comes to music. Singing and songwriting came easily to her, but school was a different story. She wasn't great at academics, and sports weren't her strong suit either. "It's the only thing that's ever come naturally to me," she once said about music. Everything else? She had to work extra hard. In school, Miranda struggled to keep up. She wasn't failing, but she was close. "I didn't fail, but I barely passed," she admitted. Unlike some kids who dream of college, she already knew it wasn't for her. By 16, she was figuring out ways to avoid higher education. She had other dreams, bigger dreams. Even though she wasn't an academic star, her classmates saw something special in her. In her high school yearbook, she was voted most likely to be a famous singer. It turns out they were right. While school wasn't her thing, she had a gift that would take her far beyond the classroom. Anxiety and self-doubt in her teenage years. As a teenager, she was filled with anxiety. She worried about her future and had no idea how things would turn out. Looking back, she wished she could tell her younger self, "It's all going to be okay." She wasn't a rebellious teen. In fact, she was pretty straight-laced. She played in the church band, and all the local kids would hang out at her house. She wasn't into partying, and she mostly kept to herself. But while she was social, she didn't really care about fashion. Her high school style was a total disaster, at least according to her. "Bad, real bad," she said, laughing about it later. She wore wind pants and oversized t-shirts, and she never wore makeup. It wasn't until she appeared on Nashville Star that she started paying attention to her looks. Before that, she didn't think about it much. Even with all her worries, music gave her an escape. It was the one thing that made her feel at home. When she started performing, everything changed. She finally found her place, and with that came confidence. But did you know that, like many people, Miranda has had a tough relationship with her body? She struggled with body confidence. Over the years, her weight has gone up and down, and she's been open about how hard that has been for her. "My whole life I've struggled with ups and downs in weight," she admitted. At 5'4", even small changes were noticeable, and that made things even harder. At times, she wasn't happy with how she looked, but she pushed those feelings aside to focus on her career. "There was a time when I wasn't happy about the way I looked, but I was happy about where I was in my career, so I was like, I'll worry about that later." Ironically, it was a fan who helped her gain confidence. One day, a woman told Miranda how much she admired her confidence. That comment stuck with her. It made her think about herself differently, and she started to embrace who she was, no matter what the scale said. Of course, the media didn't always make it easy. Her weight was a hot topic, and at one point, rumors started spreading that she had surgery to lose weight. She shut that down fast. "I did not have surgery to lose weight. That is ridiculous," she wrote to her fans. Instead, she said she lost weight the old-fashioned way, watching what she ate and working out with her trainer. Despite the ups and downs with her body image, Miranda has always remained strong in the face of public scrutiny. But while her weight made headlines, it was her love life that truly kept her in the spotlight. From high-profile relationships to shocking breakups, Miranda's romantic journey has been just as dramatic as her music. One of the most talked-about chapters in her life began in 2005 when she crossed paths with fellow country star Blake Shelton. The heartbreak and scandals of Miranda Lambert's love life. Miranda Lambert and Blake Shelton first caught the public's attention in 2005 when they performed "You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma" together. Their chemistry was impossible to ignore. Fans could feel the connection between them, and it wasn't long before rumors started swirling. At the time, Blake was still married to his first wife, Kaynette Williams. In 2006, Shelton and Williams divorced, and soon after, he and Miranda began dating. Many assumed Miranda was the reason behind Blake's failed marriage. She later defended herself, saying, "People made assumptions that were not true. We were honest with each other. We talked, we hung out, and we wrote songs a couple of times." But not everyone believed her. One of the loudest voices against their relationship came from Miranda's ex-boyfriend, Jeff Allen McManus. He publicly accused her of cheating on him with Blake. "You were cheating on your wife, and Miranda was cheating on me when you two started up," he tweeted. Years later, in 2018, he still held resentment. He even responded to Blake's cryptic tweet about karma, saying, "I'm sure Miranda did Blake dirty just like she did me, but he wasn't thinking about me when he was cheating with her." Despite the controversy, Miranda and Blake's relationship continued to grow. They ignored the accusations and focused on their love. In 2011, they got married. At the time, Miranda truly believed Blake was her soulmate. She said, "I think that God has a person for you. Blake Shelton is in my life for a reason. He's supposed to be my husband." But their happiness wouldn't last forever. Heartbreaking divorce from Blake Shelton. For years, Miranda and Blake seemed like country music's power couple. Fans adored them, and they constantly spoke about their love in interviews. "My family loves him, and his family loves me, and that's so priceless," Miranda once shared. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. In July 2015, after 4 years of marriage, they announced their divorce. "This is not the future we envisioned," their statement read, "and it is with heavy hearts that we move forward separately." The breakup devastated Miranda. She later admitted, "It's very humbling to be hurt, and I have to be honest. My fans expect that from me." But she wasn't ready to speak about it too much. Instead, she turned to music. "I was going through a divorce very publicly, and thank the Lord I am a writer," she said. "That meant I could find some way to deal with it." The media couldn't get enough of their split. Everywhere Miranda went, there were headlines about her and Blake. It was overwhelming. "I wasn't prepared for that," she confessed in a 2022 interview. "I don't think anybody is. And it's not nice sometimes, but I think you got to take it with a grain of salt." But while Miranda was trying to stay quiet, rumors about the cause of the divorce were spreading fast, blamed for the end of her marriage. When Miranda and Blake's marriage ended, people wanted answers. Many were quick to blame Miranda, believing she had been unfaithful. Reports suggested that Blake thought Miranda had cheated on him. One name that kept coming up was country singer Chris Young. However, sources later clarified that he wasn't the reason for their divorce. There was allegedly someone else involved, but no one knew who. Beyond the cheating rumors, there was another reason people thought the marriage failed: Miranda's career. Some believed she was more focused on music than on building a family. A source revealed, "He is eager to have children, but she really enjoys not being tied down. I think they both were off on what the time frame would be." Others speculated that the couple's busy schedules kept them apart. They are never together, and he was wanting them to move close to being together. She really loves her career and touring. No matter the reason, Miranda faced harsh criticism. Fans who once loved her began turning against her, but she refused to let the negativity break her. She continued making music and kept pushing forward. Loss and tragedy during their marriage. While Miranda and Blake were married, they shared many highs and lows. Unfortunately, some of their hardest moments were filled with grief. In 2012, Blake's father, Dick Shelton, passed away. His health had been declining, and when he died, Blake was devastated. He released a statement thanking fans for their support, saying, "I appreciate your understanding during this difficult time, and thank you for all your prayers. Your support means the world to me." That same month, Miranda suffered her own heartbreaking loss. Her childhood friend, Mark "Tex" Adams, died in a tragic accident. He had stopped on the side of the road to help a driver who had run out of gas when he was hit by a car. Miranda was crushed. "I have lost a friend I've had since 3rd grade today in a tragic accident," she tweeted. "When will this pain end? Please pray for peace." On top of these personal losses, Miranda and Blake also bonded over one of Blake's biggest tragedies, his brother's death. Blake's older brother, Richie Shelton, had died in a car accident back in 1990. It was a wound that never fully healed. Together, Miranda and Blake wrote the song "Over You" to honor Richie's memory. "We'll never have that feeling like we did when we wrote it," Miranda said. "To share that as a couple, it's incredible. It just took our relationship to the next level." Despite their love, despite their shared pain, Miranda and Blake's marriage couldn't survive. Drinking rumors after her divorce. Miranda Lambert has never tried to act like she's perfect. She once said, "I am who I am. I am honest about being flawed." And she means it. She admits to cussing, drinking, getting her heart broken, and breaking hearts too. After her divorce from Blake Shelton, she was open about leaning on alcohol to cope. At a 2017 show in Chicago, she told the crowd, "I got divorced, so I started drinking a little extra." She even joked about always carrying alcohol for tough moments. "My assistant packs, I call it my nanny bag, she packs a bag of liquor for emergencies, for meltdowns and things like that," she shared. But while she may have laughed about it, some people were worried. In 2018, rumors started spreading that Miranda's drinking had gotten out of control. A source even claimed her friends and family were thinking about an intervention. They believed she was using alcohol to numb the pain after another breakup. Despite the rumors, Miranda has never publicly addressed them. She continues to live life on her own terms, no matter what people say. Heartbreak over losing her pets and loved ones. Miranda Lambert is more than just a country music star. She is a passionate animal lover. She has always had pets, and in 2009 she even started Mutt Nation Foundation, a charity that helps animals in need. "Just like music, animals have always been a part of my life. We have never been without pets," she said. Over the years, she has loved and lost many furry companions. In 2020, she was devastated when her dog, Waylon, passed away. She had rescued him as a puppy back in 2008 alongside his sister, Jessie. "He was a rock in our family and always held down the fort," she wrote. Less than a year later, she lost Jessie too. Heartbroken, she shared, "I can't put into words what a dog's love does to a heart, but if you have one, you already know." The pain didn't stop there. In 2023, she lost another beloved pet, her Great Pyrenees Thelma. "Yesterday we had to say goodbye to our sweet Thelma," she shared. The dog had spent her life watching over Miranda's farm, and losing her felt like saying goodbye to family. But it wasn't just pets that Miranda had to grieve. In 2022, she lost her longtime guitarist and friend, Scotty Ray. They had been close since 2001, and he had been a part of her music journey from the very beginning. Heartbroken, Miranda posted a tribute saying, "Last night I lost one of my most treasured friends, bandmates, and road family members. They had been through everything together, good times and bad. To honor their bond, they had even gotten matching tattoos. Heaven is lucky," she wrote. "That honky-tonk band up there just gained another guitar-picking angel." Battling anxiety in the public eye. Miranda Lambert may look confident on stage, but behind the scenes, she struggles with anxiety. In a 2015 interview, she admitted, "I'm always anxious. I will worry myself into oblivion." For a while, she thought the answer was strict routines. She tried to keep everything in her life structured, hoping it would ease her stress. But it had the opposite effect. "I was trying to make everything regimented, and it caused too much stress," she said. Eventually, she learned that life doesn't have to be perfect. "I like things better flawed anyway," she admitted. But even with that realization, her anxiety didn't just disappear. When the pandemic hit, her worries only got worse. She opened up about her fears, telling fans, "My anxiety about the state of the world right now is still through the roof." Despite her struggles, Miranda has always been honest about her feelings. She doesn't pretend to have it all figured out, and maybe that's why so many fans connect with her. But while Miranda Lambert loves making music, fame hasn't always been easy for her. The pressures of fame took a toll. She enjoys performing and writing songs, but she could do without the constant spotlight on her personal life. When everyone's worried about your personal life, it makes you feel like, well, if you could just spend some of that time talking about my actual art, that would be great, she said. Being a woman in country music has made things even harder. Miranda has felt the pressure of competing in an industry that favors men. She once said, "Yes, I had to sing with someone with a penis to get a #1. She wasn't saying she had never had hit songs, just that getting to the top of the charts wasn't as easy for her as it was for male artists. Over time, Miranda learned how to handle her frustrations. Early in her career, she would let things get to her. "If something happened, I'd throw a fit," she admitted. But she realized that proving her point didn't always mean getting angry. Instead, she channeled her emotions into her music. That was especially true after her divorce from Blake Shelton. She poured her feelings into her 2016 album, The Weight of These Wings. "I know radio's been a struggle, but I really needed to say these things," she explained. Overcoming life's hardships. Miranda Lambert's journey hasn't been all glitz and glamour. She's been through a lot, her difficult childhood, heartbreaks, and the struggles of fame. But she has always stayed true to herself. "I'm a little rough around the edges sometimes," she once said. "The best example I can set is to be real and show my flaws." Her honesty is what makes her music so powerful. She doesn't pretend that life is perfect. She has been open about her struggles, admitting, "I can be pretty intense, and I can be a downer." But Miranda has learned to embrace both the good and the bad. Without the hard stuff, the chaos, the crazy schedule, the heartbreak, the falling in love, the falling out of love, I wouldn't be who I am, she said. Even the painful experiences have shaped her into the artist and person she is today. Finding love again with Brendan McLaughlin. After everything Miranda had been through, love found her again when she least expected it. In 2018, she met NYPD officer Brendan McLaughlin while he was working security for Good Morning America. Their connection was instant. Less than 3 months later, they got married in Nashville on January 26, 2019. Now, 6 years later, Miranda and Brendan are still going strong. To celebrate their anniversary, Miranda shared a sweet throwback photo from their wedding alongside a recent selfie. Brendan has since retired from the police force, and the couple splits their time between their farm in Tennessee and New York, where Brendan's son from a previous relationship lives. Their relationship is built on communication, which Miranda says is the key to making their marriage work. "We just talk it out, whatever it is, we talk about everything," she shared. She also believes that women need to be direct with their partners. "We expect men to know what we're thinking, and they don't. We gotta tell them." Miranda has been through heartbreak, criticism, and the pressures of fame, but through it all, she has found happiness again. What's your favorite Miranda Lambert song that you think best reflects her journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories. See you next time.